Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Akam, and we are broadcasting from the Hasselson studio, and this is the Stu Ben Senior Services Fund section of our program. I'd like to welcome Events Manager Marshall Ferrari.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're the Events Manager for the Gus Macker Tournament, and I understand you were very instrumental in bringing this to Corning. What makes Gus Macker Tournament so special to you?
So Gus Macker is something that I remember from when I was growing up in my early teens and late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
Just basketball's always been like a big part of our community, both Corning and Elmira. And I just felt it made a lot of sense to come back to Corning and have something for the kids, the young adults, to do for a weekend.
Yes. Could you give us a little history of the tournament?
Yes. So this is actually the 50th year of Gus Macker.
Wow.
The last time it was in the Southern Tier, I believe, was about 20 years ago. So it's been on a hiatus, but it's a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. They travel throughout the country to put on tournaments, New Mexico, Ohio, Michigan, so all over the country, and it's got a really big following, and it's really exciting to have that brand back with us.
You know what's interesting? I always kind of thought of it as something local. I didn't realize I had that kind of...
Yep, it's national. They're out of Michigan and started. It's biggest in the 90s. And they still do, I believe, 40 tournaments nationwide every year.
Wow. So why did you think that the Gaffer District and Corning specifically would be the perfect place for this?
Just the basketball community and the interest from people. It's something that I've talked about with my friends and people that I know in the community, and I thought that it would get a really great reception, and especially for year one, getting 115 teams for year one, I think that shows that there's a really great support, and it gives us a lot of room to grow in the future too.
Well, that's amazing. So with 115 teams, where do you find the time to pack this all in from July 20th to the 21st?
Yeah, so with the help of Gus Macker and their planning, and then a lot of volunteer help from the community, which has been amazing to have. A lot of key volunteers that are going to come out and help us and make sure that this goes off without a hitch, and that we get 115 teams through here having a great time July 20th and 21st.
So let's say I'm on a team. Okay, and I start that first game. How does it go from there? Let's say I keep winning. Mm-hmm. How many games do you end up being in?
It depends on how big your bracket is.
Oh, okay.
But, we have brackets as small as 5 teams and as big as 15 teams, I believe, is our biggest one. So we'll be jamming out Saturday till about 5 o'clock, and then Sunday we'll probably be there till about 3.
And you mentioned volunteers.
Yes.
And we know volunteers are very important. How many volunteers do you think it takes to put together? And I don't need a specific number, but
sure.
to get to something like this.
We probably, 50 to 75 volunteers.
Wow, that's wonderful.
We've had a committee that's been meeting almost monthly with key people where, refs or, volunteer sponsorship. It's been a very community-focused group that's been leading this, and it's been great to have everybody's support on it. And
you mentioned this has kind of been a dream of yours. How long have you been working on this personally?
I've been lobbying, pitching, talking to Gus Macker for 2 years now.
Wow, good for you.
Trying to get it back, so it's been great to see it actually come to fruition.
Now, we were talking earlier about brackets, and for some people that may not be aware, have never heard of Gus Macker tournament, what are the brackets? You don't have to go through every one, but what are we looking at if we're a spectator? What does the bracket look like?
So it's sliced up by age group mostly.
Okay.
So there'll be top men's, there'll be 17 to 18 boys, 17 to 18 girls, and kind of sliced up in that, and there'll be a big bracket sheet that you'll be able to see, so you can go over, check it out, and see, they're playing the championship game over there. Let's go check that out.
What's the youngest?
There is down to 10U.
Oh,
so
wow.
10 and under.
Wow, that's cool. So there you go. And you said 115 teams. That's so amazing. Let's say I've never been to one of these before. Mm-hmm. It is spectator friendly.
Yes. Yep. Totally.
What should a spectator know if they're thinking about going?
There will be, Gus Macker merch. There will be just, great basketball going on. The focus is the basketball in the community. There will be some food vendors and stuff there as well. So just it's as well as face painting too. There will be face painting for the kids, totally free of charge. So yeah, it's just a great time to come out and check out if you're into basketball, if you're a basketball junkie.
Yeah. So if you're on one of the teams and you end up being the champion of your bracket, what do you get?
You get a Gus Macker trophy. So it's a basketball basketball person holding up a basketball.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
This is very basketball friendly.
Yes, it is.
That's funny. So where is the location for people curious?
So this will all be taking place at Corning Credit Union, over off of Paltney Street. So 1 Credit Union Plaza, I believe, is the address. So yeah, it'll be all over there in their parking lot, contained in there. So feel free to come out, check it out. It'll be a great time.
How many courts can you fit in there?
We are having 15 courts.
Wow.
Yep, 15 courts will be in there.
Jeez. So we're talking about the Gus Macker tournament. It is July 20th to the 21st. Where can people find out more?
You want to check out gafferdistrict.com as well as Gaffer District on all socials.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, you can't play. You're over 18. So you're just doing this for the love of the game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. But it is too late to register, just so people know.
Yep, registration.
So it's spectators at this point, but it sounds like it's going to just be a fun event
and
something to start back the tradition here.
Yes.
Including, hopefully, it's an every year thing.
Yes, it will be an every year thing. Also, we part of our partnership and part of that committee has been with Elmira Downtown Development.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So next year, look for this to be going on in downtown Elmira, and then the plan is to rotate between Corning and Elmira going forward for the rest of us doing this.
Oh, that's a good idea. And this is something I didn't really think of until you said that. It's not just Corning teams, right?
No.
Any idea where the farthest away?
I believe I was told there's a team from Buffalo coming down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so really exciting.
It's the reputation of the Gus Macker tournament.
Yep, so it's really exciting to see that.
So next year they have in Elmira, but this year it's in Corning, July 20th to the 21st. Marshall, best of luck with this.
Thank you.
Congratulations for your dream coming true.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly